Okay, my name is Bree Roby. This is the day. Talking about the integumentary system. Excuse me. This is my little flash card, or really just a little note piece. I'm just going to hold on to it. So, the integumentary system, comprised of really two main components, I'd say. You have the skin, and you have the accessory structures. We'll talk about those real quick. Accessory structures are composed of your hair, which covers just about all of your body, even if it's just peach fuzz. It's mostly for protection on your head, and then sensory mostly everywhere else. You have your glands, which are responsible for thermoregulation, excreting waste. And then you have your nails, located on your hands and your feet, which provide structure and support for both of those, your hands and your feet. But as I said, the other category would be your skin, and we'll dig into that a little bit deeper. Skin is really comprised of two layers, your epidermis being the most superficial, and your dermis, located just below. And below that, you have your subcutaneous, or your hypodermis, which we'll talk about just really briefly at the end. So going from top to bottom, or most superficial, you have the epidermis, which is broken into 5 layers. You have the stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, which is only located in your hardened skin, on your palms of your hands and on the bottom of your feet. You have the granulosum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and then stratum basilae. I'm trying to remember, come let's get somewhere. And then that basal or basilar region, that's where you have all your skin cell growth, and they kind of grow upwards for different functions. Underneath that's all within the epidermis. Underneath the epidermis, you have the dermis, comprised of 2 layers. You have first the papillary layer, which has some of your vasculature there, capillaries, and you also have some nerve endings in that area too. And just below that, you have the reticular layer, which is responsible for giving the skin some of its elasticity. And just below that, as I mentioned, you have the subcutaneous or the hypodermis layer. And that is mostly adipose tissue, and it's responsible for anchoring the skin to the underlying tissues. Application. So I plan to be a doctorate of physical therapy. I'm currently a physical therapist assistant at a clinic. That's where I am right now. And I work in geriatrics, and the most daily application I see is education on aging skin, specifically skin tears, and why skin tears happen. And with this information that we're learning in this chapter, I get to educate about the thinning of the dermis and epidermis, and the less activity from the glands, which your skin is dry, it's easier to cut, and then on top of that, it takes longer to heal, just because all your processes are slowed down. All your processes are slowed down as we age, and so my clinical application would be education on prevention of skin tears and why they even happen. And that's it.